Okay, I have the wonderful,
Mhm.
mystical in my eyes, Andrew, with us to chat about the beautiful medicine of cacao. And we were just speaking about it, but I was like, we have to hit record because there's some really interesting history there. But yeah, I'd love for you to just give us a little intro of your world and what you
Mhm.
do. And yeah.
Thank you for this moment. Thank you for, initiating and inviting me in. And
Mhm.
yeah, we haven't actually, did we meet in person in Kingston like years ago? I don't even think so.
I don't think so, but there's something familiar about you, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Could have been, but
different life, different chapter,
yeah.
different. Something bit different. No, so we've been connecting over this beautiful medicine of cacao, which I just made a big, beautiful cup of. You
Mm,
know, I want everyone to be
let's just
in here.
waft. Oh yeah.
So yeah, this beautiful portal of the heart, this beautiful portal of prayer. Yeah, such an honor to connect through this beautiful spirit and this beautiful plant and this beautiful beverage, which just is healing my soul over and over and over again. And so
Mm,
like, yeah,
wow.
for me, I realized that I was just thinking about it this morning as I was making it because I actually just went like 6 or 7 weeks without drinking cacao. And I mean, I think I've been drinking cacao most days, mostly since like 2016 or 2017, and just like really communing with this plant so often. And the message kept getting louder and louder of like, pause,
Okay.
like just, pause. I'm just like laughing, and she's just like, exactly. Because yeah, I think there was a part of me that got um, maybe dependent on or very familiar with this medicine as like as a being, as
Hmm.
something maybe that I started to take for granted. It was so
Hmm.
normal.
Hmm.
But when I first got into it in maybe 2016, 2017, it first was like just a place for prayer. This phrase came to me years ago, like cacao as a place for prayer.
Hmm.
And so I feel like cacao wanted me to learn in the last like couple of months to really commune with this medicine without ingesting, really like commune with spirit and really like pray and like cultivate that frequency without having to do anything, consume anything, or change anything about the moment. And that's been like such deep medicine because, I think we humans can like, yeah, become attached or dependent on or use things as crutches or, um, yeah, think that the answer is outside of us and then we
Hmm.
have to like, bring it in. But like, I'm just gonna even like put a cat down right now and just like, yeah, it was just such a beautiful medicine these last few weeks of learning that it really is here and we can
Hmm.
really cultivate presence and love and joy and magic with just intending it to be so and like
Mm.
welcome with gratitude and openness. And that's been my world lately.
Yeah. No, it's so beautiful. I I understand what you're saying, but and it's also like, yeah, as humans, like we have this ability to cultivate that love, that frequency within ourselves, but how beautiful it is to commune, like you said, with the plants, with the physical world around us. And cacao really is, wow, so beautiful. Just makes my like heart smile. Yeah, I think the first time I had like a true like ceremonial cacao was probably like 2020. I was in this like unraveling process. And it was like, okay, we're gonna have this cacao ceremony and we're gonna meditate, we're gonna breathe. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it was like you said, I think just before we hit record, heart opening. Like, oh man, this is special. This is really special plant. And you think about the way cacao becomes chocolate in some ways and Valentine's Day and love. And it's just so funny how it all kind of comes together. You were speaking just before we hit record. If you don't mind sharing a little bit about the history of why are we drinking cacao right now? Why is it so alive
Mm,
on our planet?
I think of, yeah, my mentor, Keith, who on some level I feel like called me and called so many of us here to Lecatila in Guatemala. He was this wonderful elder. He just passed. We just celebrated his 2-year anniversary of his passing. I think it was, yeah, January 14th, so 10 days ago now. But he was just this very dialed wizard, elder, shaman angel. I think he was around 50 or something when he got this call to move from, I forget which state, but he was like, I need to go to Guatemala for some reason. So he did, packed up everything, moved into the most humble little porch, like so humble, so tiny, so gorgeous and so charming, this tiny porch. And he had this calling to go across the lake from San Marcos here over across to Santiago. Met these farmers. They gave him some of their cacao, like they had like the pods growing from the trees, and they basically processed it, fermented, roasted, and peeled and everything, processed it into this brick or this powder that we know it as today. And yeah, he went home, chopped it up, didn't really know what he was doing, but he was just guided. And he, yeah, blended it with some, not even blended, like mixed it in his little
Yeah.
plastic cup with a spoon. So muddy. It was like chocolate mud water with some hot water. And yeah, I had this experience where it was like, okay, something is here, and he's also like, I feel like was quite experienced with psychedelics and
Mhm.
different plants and different medicines and had this very different, palpable, softer but profound yet gentle experience, and so he's like, am I on drugs or like what's going on? But he just like sat with it. And he had this clear message, like, you will now share this with the world. Like it is now your dharma, your path to share cacao with the world. And he was like, okay, sure, like you do it. You tell me what to do, I'll do it.
Mhm.
He had such like a profound, yeah, journey with this medicine. And it wasn't like he would always say with other medicines, they kind of like push you through the door. But with cacao, she's like
In-
gently opens the
mhm.
door and like invites you
Mhm.
in, but doesn't like, yeah, force you along any journey that you might not be ready to go on. She's very
Mhm.
like kind and compassionate and patient and inviting.
That's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah. And yeah, so he had this idea again to bring people onto his porch twice a week for like decades, 2 decades or so, I would say, and have these cacao ceremonies. He wouldn't really call them
Hmm.
that. And I feel like he was maybe be the one that coined the term, maybe, but
Yeah.
he would, yeah, just give everyone cacao. It was very casual at first, just
Hmm.
like drink this, enjoy, set an intention,
Hmm.
plastic cups again, mixing,
Hmm.
mixing. Half an hour in, when it started to like kick in, we would like something would shift, the spaceship would take off, we would like dive in, and then it became this group shamanic family constellation, grid work, microcosm, macrocosm, very like Bashar healing spaceship journey.
So good.
It was beautiful and confusing at first, but gorgeous. It was just, it was like empath training, He would bring
Mm.
people along into their power, I
Mm.
feel. He would help people see what they're not seeing. He would help people see, yeah, their blind spots or where they're holding back from fully expressing who they are and their mission. So if people are, yeah, knowingly or unknowingly playing small or yeah, have just different blocks and barriers or like systems at play that are keeping us down from our
Hmm.
highest being, he'll like tune in and like sense and he'll like create this circuitry of like awareness and healing and like, yeah, it can be very confronting. It was very confronting, if we were locked or blocked or, but yeah, by the end, everyone, these things would go on for like 6, 7, 8 hours sometimes and like so dehydrated and just like so in the medicine, just like in the process. But by the end, everyone would just feel like they received something that they were looking for like days or months or lifetimes. And
Yeah.
he just had this beautiful way of, using again cacao as this portal for prayer. I feel like of like we'll drink this heart-opening medicine, but then we'll like return
Mhm.
to our magic. And
Wow.
yes, she is like inherently a heart opener and like a she helps connect, I feel, and center and ground and like really open
Hmm.
our channel and like
Hmm.
helps us, yeah, get more intimate with what it means to be a channel of light. So yeah,
Wow.
then he spread that, and here we are.
No, that's so beautiful. I'd love to sit on that porch. It sounds like true, true medicine. Um, and so how did you find your way to Guatemala? Like, what brought you there?
What was it? I was actually, so I went to school in Kingston. I went to Queens for university,
Amazing.
and I studied philosophy, and then I moved to Wolf Island for 3 years, basically, like 8 months on. And then in the winters, I would travel. I was working at a retreat center there,
Yeah.
and what was it? One of the first years I was there, there was this postcard on the fridge in the kitchen of these volcanoes. And I was like, to my friends, like, where are these volcanoes? Like, what's up with this? Like, I was just like drawn in, like vortexed in. And they looked at me, they're like, why haven't you been there yet? Like, this is like Atitlan in Guatemala. Like, you need to go there. You're gonna find your home. You're gonna find your place. And I was like, I believe you. So it was, yeah, my first winter away, I think I did like Ecuador, Costa Rica, second winter, no, Mexico, then Costa Rica, Mexico, Ecuador in there somewhere. And then my third winter, I ended up here. And this was like shortly after I discovered cacao through a friend that I was working with at the time and ordered a block to the island, like chopped it up, did the thing before I even really knew what I was doing or before I really even knew how to pray or yeah, it just like in a similar way as Keith, it just kind of like came into my being and it just like washed
Hmm.
over me, through me and I was just like watching myself chop it up and blend it with hot water and spices, gathered everyone in the yurt, made this epic dance playlist, like some portal for prayer, and then we just like had an experience all together. It was like seven of us. And then that was yeah. So I brought the cacao from Guatemala to the island and then was like, okay, I definitely need to go because then I started to hear of Keith.
Hmm.
And I think it was on my like third or fourth day here. We're just like waiting in line at the porch to go in for like our first ceremony, my partner and I at the time. And then yeah, within half an hour, we're just sitting there and he looks across he just like looks across the porch at my partner and I at the time and he was just like, you two. I was like, oh shit.
Here we
You
go.
two are, you two are very powerful. Like you two, there's like something, you know. And then he would just like, yeah, center on certain people, but then
Hmm.
using what he would see in certain beings as like the micro of the macro of
Hmm.
everyone on the porch. Like everyone would be along for the ride, and it wasn't just about the person that
Yeah.
was like not picking on, but choosing. They were like, yeah, the pillar or the archetype,
Yeah.
I guess, the healing experience that was being called for on behalf
Right.
of the highest in that moment.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's how I found cacao and oh, it's just been such an epic journey. I realized I got here on the beginning of the last 1 year, so January
Oh,
7th or 15th, 2017. And then yeah, we just closed at the ending
hmm.
of the 9 year when I
Right.
not like broke up with cacao, but maybe broke up with
Oh,
this pattern in my life of, like engaging with what is it? Yeah, it was some pattern of thinking that I needed someone or something outside of myself.
right.
Like I have waves and epiphanies of I'm good, but like something happened when Cacao left the building for like a few weeks, and I was
Mm.
like, no, it really is here. Like there's nothing you need to do, or there's nowhere you need to go. There's nothing you need to consume or not consume or fast or this or that. Like you are the broadcaster. Like you are literally the medicine. Um,
Right.
yeah,
Wow. Wow. That's pretty interesting that you had this 9 year cycle. And so I want to ask sort of a two-part question, but how has cacao changed your life and what is next in this new cycle?
yeah, right. I realized that, yeah, at the beginning of really deepening with cacao, that phrase came to me of like cacao as a prayer or cacao as a portal, a portal for prayer.
Right.
And I didn't really fully know what that meant until like cacao left. But for me, what it helped me become more intimate with over these years is that it's like what's that phrase? And Keith would say it too. He would say like when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And then there's like a second part of it. It's like when and also like when the student is ready, the teacher disappears as well. So that
Hmm.
like almost these last 9 years communing through cacao with life, it really helps me anchor into this frequency of prayer and this like conscious creatorship in the world.
Hmm.
And Guatemala, it's a bit of a rough, it can be a bit of a rough place to live. Like if you've traveled in Latin America, there's like different parasites in the water and this and that, and the infrastructure isn't like up to par. But so I've experienced like different belly issues and I've had to come off cacao and but like I don't want to, but I have to, but I want to, you
Hmm.
know. And so again, this last like little cycle, I had like a bit of a belly thing as well. So it was just very clear for cacao to leave for this time being. And then there was this like invitation, I feel like, to really put everything that I've cultivated through the vehicle of cacao being present as like a ally and like a
Hmm.
hand holding. Like, can I let all of that really land without needing to consume?
Right.
So it was like this epic invitation. And sure enough, like just literally sitting and praying out loud to life, to God, to
Hmm.
spirit, like I got there. And I
Yeah.
was, oh, it really is here. Like there's nothing we need to do.
Yeah. That's really beautiful. It brings me to Mother Earth, like as that hand
Yeah,
holder, like she's there. She's
it's
how
there.
we are alive, so she's how we eat and drink water, right? But like
Yeah.
this is just like a branch, you know, this
Mm.
plant of her care. Like a mother bird. Eventually a bird has to leave the nest. But she's there if you need her. So I think it's beautiful. And what is in your opinion, I guess, is working with cacao, mixing it with hot water as a beverage. Is this the way? Is it the best way? Is it the most approachable way for people to work with this plant? Sort of, yeah, I guess, is there any other ways that we should or can work with cacao?
So many different ways. I mean, my favorite, yeah, is the beverage. It's just like who, for me, like who doesn't want to drink hot chocolate, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you could even just like put some beans on your altar and just like sit with it and really like create your own little vortex in your own little portal, or like it's with any like plant dieta. You can do it with, yeah, even rosemary, or yeah, there's like ayahuasca and this and that, or bobansana, or but like with anything you can really just like commune in your own specific way. And the
Hmm.
thing about working with the plants is I feel like it's something, yeah, like they teach. Like if you really just honor them and ask them to come in, they'll just like show you what to do, I feel.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it can be so personal. Like, I mean, yeah, there's the beverage. You can just like even sit with a bean. I remember when I was in Mexico once after also a big period without drinking cacao. Like I sat with a bean at like it was like 5 in the morning, a meditation, and just like slowly nibbled and just like had an experience and like really, yeah, create a container and like a strong, peaceful field to let those like whispers and teachings that come in and marinate. And yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
can put her in cakes or
I've seen some of your posts of the plant pies. Is that what you call it?
yeah.
And I'm like, can you ship that to Canada? That looks amazing. But so would you say that cacao's been you said it's a portal of prayer, but has that portal also led you to these other offerings that you have, or are those just separate pieces
Mm,
that have come in along your journey? And I'd love for you to share the other ways that you express your spirit. I've seen Kundalini activations, plant pies. Like, I want to dive into that a little bit with you.
yeah. So yeah, when I got here to the lake, yeah, Cacao was really like on the climb, I guess, in terms of like making her presence known. And like you'd go to any event and there'd be Cacao beforehand. So Cacao and ecstatic dance or breath work or
Mhm.
yoga or meditation or running or like everything, And so yeah, that got me curious, and I started to like combine it with different offerings that I was
Mhm.
offering at the time, and I feel like cacao as like with her actual like physiological like as a physical thing, like the
Mhm.
way that she works in the physical body. For me, she really helps me and has helped me connect with my
Mm.
energy being my almost like my physical energy. And she helps me and has helped me feel my life force and my being, my frequency, and has helped me, yeah, bring me into a place of like stillness and quietude and receptivity to be like, wow, I'm alive. And I
Hmm.
like feel the sensations and it's just like ecstatic, just existing, because she like helps dilate the blood vessels and allows you to really feel life, because I feel like, yeah, there's different forces and systems and like things and forces, yeah, forces, I'll say like,
Hmm.
like wanting us to not feel and to
Hmm.
be dumb and closed off and clogged, like energetically, physically, emotionally,
Hmm.
to hold us back from like really embodying and like actualizing our highest state, because like if we were all in that, then those like again those things that want to dumb us down would just like dissipate and dissolve.
That's
But
true.
like I feel like it's heaven on earth, like if we're really
Mhm.
like all in our highest bliss and highest conscious creatorship, like that's harmony. That's like Garden of Eden. Industries wouldn't be making money off of our insecurity.
Distraction and
It's distraction, exactly. You
hmm.
know, I think yeah, it's happening. Like Keith would always say, like, what was it when like Cacao basically like went into the forest, the spirit of Cacao went into the forest, and like when humanity is ready to awake from their slumbers and like from their forgetfulness into remembrance, Cacao will like emerge and awaken from the forest and like come bursting forth into our lives to like really help us, like really stand in like our pillar. And what was your question again?
No, that's okay. I love this journey. I was just asking if you have found that cacao did help you open up to these other expressions of you and
Yes.
like your other offerings of Kundalini activations and your cooking in the kitchen.
And so like with that, she really helped me dial into the very real felt sensation of what it feels like real
Mm.
time to feel alive. I was raised like in the suburbs of the GTA on like white bread and pasta and milk and like I don't know. I realized like now I felt a bit clogged and
Hmm.
disconnected
Hmm.
from God, from life, from spirit, from feeling, So when I started to explore different diets and cacao, she like really helped me
Hmm.
awaken in the
Hmm.
body.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then I went through my own like many karmic different relationships and awakenings being here in this beautiful but very intense like black obsidian volcanic vortex here and just being here feels very medicinal and psychedelic. It's like this portal of energy where pilgrims used to come. It was basically it was a volcano that imploded and became a crater lake. So
Oh,
people,
wow.
yeah, there's like this vortex of energy here. So again, these beings, these pilgrims would get called here to make offerings, receive the transmission of the energy here, and carry on their way. Meanwhile, like we're living here. And to lead into yeah, there's so much comes up here in a day, and I feel like every day just feels like a whole
Like a
thing,
year.
like a decade. It's like, oh, this is my past life, and like, oh, we were married over here, and like, oh, this wound is arising, and like, oh, it's not even noon. Like somehow every day has its own perfect feel. But anyway, all to say, left the lake on like a karmic breakup from this very fast, intense relationship, went into like the darkest night of the soul. This was like 2022. Left the lake thinking I'm never coming back, which a lot of people do. Like,
Think.
oh, yeah, which is because it's just like if you're meant to be here, you'll be here to do the work. But so I was in Mexico in Tulum, like not in a great place, sitting on a bench on the beach, a couch. Someone comes up to me, sits on the couch beside me. She just looks at me like dead in the eye, and she's like, "I think you should come to something tomorrow." Like, didn't even speak, but she's like, "You should come to this thing that I'm offering tomorrow." I was like, similar moment of like, you need to go here to like Atitlan, like you're gonna find your home here. It's that same like everything just like vortex into this moment and like this is your next assignment. Okay, and I hear you. So I go the next day. It's this Kundalini activation process thing. I'm like, I know I've been practicing yoga, I know Kundalini, like I've seen the videos of the activation and I have nothing to lose and I'm open, so like let's go. So she she briefly explains what it is, throws on a song, does like a demo on this woman who has received it many times. She's like having an experience, and I'm like, what's going on? Am I about to get possessed? Like, okay, calling all the angels, guides, like if you're there, please come in. Like in that moment, I was also feeling quite disconnected and
Hmm.
clogged for
Hmm.
different reasons, you know, but like I laid down, was just like open to receive. I was like, yes, just like I trust. Had an experience. It was like the most psychedelic but sobering, ecstatic waterfall of like iridescent God presence unfolding, washing through. But like I'm fully present and in the body and just like so grateful to be like simultaneously laughing but processing like lifetimes of grief and just like feeling the energy, you know? Sober, no cacao, no nothing, just like this transmission of this energy. Like goosebumps just thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, it was the most like not what was it? It was so joyful and real and delicious and ecstatic, but in the same breath, in the same wave, it was like allowing me again to like shed like an
Hmm.
experience, not like re-traumatize, but like re-experience these like super painful moments in my life, but like letting it go with a
Mm.
sigh, laugh, and it was just like one big orgasmic release of energy, you know? And I don't know if you've experienced this like specific transmission or modality, but or yeah, for those who are listening, like it's
Yeah.
the most mysterious, delicious thing ever.
You've invited me a couple of times, I think, to your activation ceremonies virtually.
Yeah,
And I'm in so much appreciation for that. I think I
yeah,
shared that, yeah, my days are just so full with my little guy.
yeah,
It's a little difficult to be able to be 100% present for that. But we're getting more space in our days, so I will be joining at some point. So yes, I want to experience this waterfall of high presence and washing over of things that need to be let go of. That sounds really beautiful.
yeah,
And
yeah.
now this is something that you've taken forward. Is that right? And you offer this now to other
Yes.
people?
And I feel like it links to my journey with the cacao because like with
Mhm.
he like wants us to find not our way with cacao, but like our way with energy, our way with like
Mm,
learning souls in bodies and like experience and play with and enjoy and like channel energy and like
mhm,
powerful healing ways and to like really be in our mission and like
mhm,
service and like walk the Dharma way. And, you know, so through my process with him on the porch and like private sessions, like I got to, and he's still like teaching me to this day. I feel like there's like an
yeah.
angel by right now, like showing me like where I'm a bit blocked still,
Mhm,
or you know, if there's resistance or hesitation or
mhm,
like where it arises, he like helps me real time, just like let
mhm,
them dissolve. Like even in the middle of a ceremony, sometimes there'll be this voice that comes in of like, who do you think you are? Like, what
mm.
do you do? Who are you to be sharing this? And then he's like, do you want to let that go too? And like, yes, cool, drop back in. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I would combine these ceremonies with cacao, but then even like in the last year or so of offering it, like we don't need it. It's there. The presence, the energy, the field is there, and the process happens like no matter what.
Yeah. Wow. It sounds like such a magical. Anytime I think about you and to me you're magical. It's like this like sparkly, beautiful, it's like mystical fairy like just I just appreciate anytime I get to communicate with you. And I'd love to visit this beautiful land that you go to every year. Do you find every season that you go back to Guatemala is different? Is there a different? I mean, you said, by noon there's like 1,000 lessons happening, but can you see how every season has its own journey or
Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And it's so it'd be interesting almost to like really sit down and like
Mhm.
track it because it's every day it's like yeah, it's very full. But yeah, like every season, whether it's like I'm solo or with like different friends and like
Mhm.
different partners or relationships and just like the orbits, watching the orbits because like sometimes I won't see someone like all season, but then like
Mhm.
I'm just like so amazed at how this works. For example, I met this woman a few years ago and I was like, "How long have you been here?" She's like, "5 years." I was like, "Me too," at this time. I was like, "I've never seen you." She's like, "Yeah." And it just like it's so small here, but I feel like if we really just surrender to the natural orbit, really surrender to the flow, like even if you make a plan or a commitment with this person because you think you should, or because,
Mhm.
oh, we have been friends for so long, it's like really letting even that go too, and just like letting the medicine of this place and also just this life, because it's not just about this place. Like this is just,
Yeah.
I feel like the micro of how life is actually functioning, but it's just
Yeah.
so amplified here, I feel,
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
I was
Like
getting
it,
that message as you were sharing.
yeah, we can really just like trust the movements of life and like the
Hmm.
orbit and just like, oh, you and I are meant to be having this conversation today and not like weeks ago for whatever reason. And
Yeah.
I just I'm so impressed by how life just moves us and and weaves us. And I'm so
Hmm.
fascinated by yeah, the lessons that I keep that I learn here
Hmm.
and around the world as a result. And it just feels, yeah, there's something happening here. It's like
Yeah.
very, yeah.
Yeah. Amplified it. I can just sort of feel the essence of the message you're trying to share and also that place as you're speaking. I'm like, I get it. Like the volcano, but that's also going down. So there's like I don't know how to put the words in. Amplification, but down into your anchored into your being. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds really, really lovely. And I'm reflecting on my own experience in the last couple of months. I've been feeling this like almost like I'm opening the door, coming out of the I don't want to say dark place, not dark place, but internal place I've been in for a few years. Cacao helping me through that, but also I feel like I've been having cacao more in the last couple of months. And I'm feeling because you're speaking about just surrender to the day and how each day goes. I'm feeling that too. Like I'm like sort of surrendering to where I'm being called to, where I'm being pulled to, like, start your podcast again and, share your message more online and just I'm being more expressive and outward. And yeah, I'm wondering if that's part of my connection with cacao. I don't like I'm like, what's changed? It could just be natural evolution, but cacao's definitely been present in the last few months. So it could be. It could be. But yeah, what a beautiful medicine to have. And I guess if you wouldn't mind sharing with the people listening, where should we be getting our cacao and where should we start with our journey with cacao? Because I feel like you are an expert.
I've been, yeah, working with this beautiful Mayan women's collective called Leo, which
Mm.
that's their native tongue of Cacchical, which translates in Spanish to Corazón de la Tierra, which means in English, the heart of the earth. And
Oh, wow.
it's literally just that. Like, yeah, these mamas are so sweet. I think I discovered their cacao my first year here, 2017, but then started working with them more and sending cacao from here to Canada in 2020.
Hmm.
It's like right before things started like locking down and getting weird,
Hmm.
and which was like I'm realizing now so perfect. Like
Hmm.
just I was literally like 2 months before
Hmm.
the airports here closed. Wow. And yeah, so I've been sending it to Canada since then. Wow, it's
And that's when
2016.
I started having it though. It was from you.
Really? In 2020. Wow.
I don't know. I really don't know, but that's how it started. I got it from
Cacao.
you in 2020.
It's been amazing. Like even on the business side or like being the hands and the voice and like a vehicle for her to move. Like sometimes like that was also just like a super clear calling as well. It was just like, see who wants this in Canada. Within like 3 days, there was like 50 pounds just like wanting to move. People were just like asking for it. So I was just like, okay, I'll funnel this through and channel it. And
Yeah.
and then and it's cool how it she moves as well. Like we'll put an order in, send it, and it won't move. And then all of a sudden all these orders will flood in. There's just like perfect movements as well. And another really sweet synchronicity when I was also in Tulum back in 2022 in this like moment, I felt really called to do this water massage training.
Oh
I kept
yeah.
meeting mermaids and like this man named Oceano, born on the day of Oshun or Yemanja or something. This beautiful like Aquarian angel. I kept meeting all these beings. And I was like, I need to do this training, but I don't have enough money to do it in this moment. Like spirit, cacao, something. Like if I meant to do this training, send me the exact amount of money that I need to the dollar today, and then I'll do it. And I'm like jogging, crying, like grieving this breakup. And I'm like, ah. And then I get home from the jog and this cacao payment comes in of like the exact amount of money that I needed to then like take this training, to then like let the waters flow, to let cacao flow and just like continue on my journey of like my own personal healing, my own personal like blooming with my own inner waters and like the waters at bay. And I'm just like the puzzle pieces and just like again the movements of life and the tapestry and the synchronization of it
Hmm.
all. It's like immaculate if we allow ourselves the space to like rest back and witness and like let cacao move through us, but let life move through us. Like, yeah, cacao has helped me again reconnect with like myself as an energy being, connected to the all, to be aware enough to see that
Hmm.
life is always doing that anyway. And it's like, I think we get into moments of resistance or struggle or sickness or disease when we're like resisting that flow of life that is
Mm.
just always orchestrating anyway. But if we're holding on, like to the side of the river and like holding, like we form like these tensions in our body, which I think is like tumors or like mental stuckness, but if
Hmm.
we like sit every day and let life come to us and let life flow through us and just like be amazed and in observation and in reciprocity and receptivity of life, then like life just goes better for ourselves and for like everyone around us.
I
Yeah.
love that. Thank you so much. I felt like that was a transmission. Um,
Yes.
for those listening. I think, yeah, I will probably wrap this up here, but I'd love for you to leave. I mean, that was a beautiful transmission, but how can people stay connected with you and be in orbit with you? Because truly, it's a privilege and a pleasure. Anytime you're sharing online, I soak it up. I feel your magic just pours through anything you share. But yes, how can we get cacao and how can we stay in touch?
Yes. For
Hmm.
me, Instagram is the best because it's the funnest and it has
Hmm.
the most colors. So yeah, my Instagram is Andrew Avocados, Avocados. Um, yeah, send me a message, follow me, send me a message, tell me that you want some cacao.
Hmm.
There, if you want to learn more about the this woman's collective specifically, their
Hmm.
Instagram and their website is Rukuxulew. Maybe we can
Hmm.
like post that somewhere, but so that's them, Rikushileo or rikushileo.com. I also really love Keith's cacao. He's like coming, yeah,
Hmm.
close in my orbit lately with his anniversary and just like being back here in Guatemala. I love him and his message. And
Hmm.
I feel like Rikushileo for me, it feels like very maternal. It feels very warm. It feels very like
Hmm.
grounding, heart center, very opening, and like
Hmm.
Kiki feels very like shamanic and deep and like expansive and powerful. And
Oh, that's so interesting.
yeah, that's been my experience. And I've tried
Oh,
so many of them here, but those are really the only two that I've
yeah.
really sweet and deep resonance with and a deep relationship with.
So can you send Keith's cacao or just the other one?
Right now, I just send Rokusha Leo,
Yeah,
and with Keith's, there's like this, since he passed, like the business model kind of changed, and you have to be
right,
this ambassador and do these courses and stuff.
right.
And
Yeah.
It wasn't because like just being with him was the
Yeah.
core.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Keith's Cacao, there's like people receiving it and sending it all over the world, and oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking at his website and sorry, just sidetrack. I find it so interesting how you said, and I don't want to mispronounce the well,
Rukusuleo.
Recushaleo,
Yeah.
their cacao, and how you find Keith's cacao different. And actually, my friend had brought some cacao back from Costa Rica when she went, and I messaged her. I'm like, wow, this cacao is it's different. And I didn't even think
Mm,
that cacao could be different, but it was. It's just a different experience, different even different taste, flavor, but experience. So that's a whole other portal to go down of like which maybe it has to do with how it's prepared or who it's prepared by or where it's grown. I mean, I'm sure geographically it would be different too, but that's an interesting note to think about.
yeah. It's like the word that comes is like lineage. It feels like a different lineage, you know? Like, yeah, I feel like they can be like even Rokushuleo versus Keith's, like for me, they're different medicines. They could even just be different plants or like different
True.
frequencies. Because like, yeah, if it is all one, like when we're in the non-dual field, like there is no difference between anything, but
Yeah.
like
Well, you're a human, I'm a human, and we're different.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And one more question. Sorry. So I'm actually going to Oaxaca State. I've never been. Going to Puerto Escondido and Mazunte. I'm not sure if you've been there.
That's actually where I was when I was doing like the cacao bean meditation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going there for the first time, and I've heard that cacao is very present there as well. So I'm curious about that. It's like I was just doing a little bit of research, and it's like you have to try the cacao. I'm like, oh, maybe I should.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I
Wow.
would seek out or put it out there like most, because yeah, I think yeah, cacao got very big very quickly, so
Yeah.
everyone's doing it, but it's like, oh, this. But I feel
Yeah.
like my invitation would be to just like seek out the most rooted, like
Mm.
grounded, like,
Hmm.
felt thing, like, experience, you know, because
Right.
anyone can do cacao, and I've been to some like funny cacao ceremonies and
Yeah.
just like specifically maybe even in Mexico, like going to the elders and just like
Hmm.
consulting them and just like seeing if you can just sit with them and just like
Yeah.
and speak with them and
Ooh, my heart just tickled. I feel like maybe there's a special little something there.
being with like a sweet grandmother, just like something happening. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like, oh,
Well,
fireworks just went off, which usually confirm like a deep yes.
I will report back on my experience. Yeah, I feel like I'm entering this new a new portal as well. Like you know, this sort of a new cycle. Something's brewing here. Maybe cacao could be a wonderful ally in that experience. So yeah, thank you for being a facilitator and one who brings this and shares this with us. Because yeah, it really has changed my life. And I hope that the medicine lands in the right hands and this message lands in the right ears and maybe they're about to embark on a beautiful experience with cacao as well. So thank you so
Yes.
much for your time.
Pleasure.
Amazing. I'm going to